From the earliest Apple I and II to the release of the Macintosh to the most recent iWatch, if you delve a little deeper into Apple Incorporated, you'll discover the company has been through a wild journey before rising to a trillion-dollar company. This video gives the rundown of how Apple Incorporated rose to a trillion-dollar company. To begin with, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, two college dropouts, created Apple Incorporated on April 1, 1976. With Apple I, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak launched Apple into the world of kit computers. Apple I assisted Apple Incorporated in obtaining sufficient funding to develop the Apple II in 1977. These computers were essentially built by Wozniak, with Jobs handling the marketing. Even though the technology remained the same, the Apple II powered the company's revenue until the mid-1980s. Apple Incorporated attempted improvements, such as the Apple III and the Apple Lisa, but these were not economically successful. The Macintosh's debut in 1984 was a significant step forward for Apple. However, IBM had caught up in the years between the Apple II and the Macintosh. Apple's board of directors fired Jobs in favor of John Sculley due to disappointing Macintosh revenues and internal power struggles. After leaving Apple Incorporated, Jobs went ahead and established a new company called Next Incorporated. Thumbs up if you're impressed that Jobs didn't give up his tech dream, even after he was sacked from the company he established. Apple Incorporated began to expand its product ranges under Sculley's leadership, but Apple didn't excel. Unfortunately for John Sculley, Condé Nast portfolio named him the 14th worst American CEO of all time. Still, from the end of the 1980s to the 1990s, Apple developed innovative products such as laser printers, the Macintosh Portable, PowerBooks, the Newton, and many others. Anyway, if you think that Apple created more items in the 1990s, wait until you hear about Apple products from the 2000s, which we will be covering soon. Again, Gil Amelio, CEO of Apple Incorporated from 1996 to 1997, was unable to halt the tide of the Microsoft operating systems from spreading. The Apple Macintosh was exhibiting symptoms of age, and Microsoft's new operating system, Windows, was becoming the industry standard. Amelio eventually bought Next Incorporated, the firm founded by none other than Apple founder Steve Jobs, to address some of these concerns. Steve Jobs has been described as the driving force of Apple, and you will understand why further down in this video. Amelio was dismissed from his position in 1997, and Jobs was named interim CEOs. Apple Incorporated developed the first generation of iMac and promoted it with an aggressive marketing effort that included the tagline, "Think Different." The beauty and design of the iMac set it apart from all the computers that came before it. It wasn't a standard tower and monitor setup like the rest of the market. The iMac resembled a speeding racer's helmet, with a bright blue flowing back from the screen. The iMac was the most aesthetically beautiful computer on the market in 1998. It was the computer that no one knew they needed until it was in front of them. It was elegant and user-friendly, thanks to the OS upgrade. The iMac was only the beginning, as Apple Incorporated went on to develop a slew of successful products in the 2000s. The iBook, iPod, iPhone, MacBook Air, and iPad were among these devices. The iPhone essentially debuted and then dominated the smartphone industry, whereas the iPod effectively launched and then dominated the MP3 player market. It is important to emphasize that Jobs was the motivating force behind the iPod, iPhone, and iTunes music services. He also assisted in developing the iPad tablet and began redesigning the Mac brand of computers to make them sexier, sleeker, and smaller. Furthermore, the Apple Mac Studio shows how far Apple has come. Apple Mac Studio is currently a whole new Mac desktop experience. In Mac computers came the Apple Silicon. Apple announced in 2020 to begin a switch from Intel CPUs to Apple Silicon. The Apple Silicon development allows Apple to concentrate vertical integration across platforms and performance. If you are enjoying this video, you should see our video about the top 7 facts about Apple Company. You are sure to love that as well. Steve Jobs died of pancreatic cancer in 2011. Steve Jobs, who served as CEO until shortly before his death, handed over the company's leadership to Tim Cook. Some analysts believe that without Jobs, as Apple Incorporated's creative drive, Apple's tech releases will become just repetitive rather than transformative. Nonetheless, Cook held his form in Apple since Apple Incorporated has seen some remarkable increase over the years. The Apple Watch was the most significant release in the post-Jobs era. Additionally, on August 2, 2018, Apple Incorporated became the first publicly traded U.S. business to have a market capitalization of $1 trillion. In August 2020, Apple set a new record by being the first U.S. company to have a market capitalization of $2 trillion. Again, in January 2022, Apple's stock market value reached $3 trillion, thanks to investor optimism that the iPhone maker will continue to release best-selling goods while exploring new sectors such as driverless automobiles and virtual reality. According to World Bank figures, Apple's value exceeds the United Kingdom's $2.76 trillion GDP, but falls short of Germany's $3.85 trillion GDP. Apple will continue to capitalize on its success, with the vast array of Apple Incorporated products anticipated to come in 2022. Please share this video with your Apple-obsessed friends if you found this content insightful. See you soon in the next video.